Belize. Good evening, Belize. Tonight, almost 1 year later, inside the cockpit of one of the most terrifying flights ever to cross our skies, secrets, fair, and unanswered questions resurface. A protector behind bars, how a police constable now faces shocking allegations of incest. At the western border, 10 immigration officers call in sick at the same time, raising alarms and forcing an all-hands emergency response. In our 5-point breakdown, artificial intelligence enters the courtroom, and Belize moves to draw a hard line to protect justice. And on the front lines of our waters, Key becomes a strategic stronghold as the Coast Guard launches a new forward operating base. These stories and more right now. News 5 starts now.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Welcome back. 1 year ago today on Holy Thursday, what should have been a short, uneventful Tropic Air flight from Corozal to San Pedro became a nightmare at several thousand feet. One that would forever change Belize's aviation history. Today, we're not just revisiting the frightening headlines. We're stepping inside the cockpit with the man who lived through it. Pilot Howell Grange is speaking out on this difficult anniversary, opening up about the trauma that followed the hijacking, months of pain, restless nights, and scars that still haven't fully healed. In an emotional interview, Grange also shares a journey few expect, learning to forgive the man who nearly cost him his life. And as the memories resurface, he's confronting the biggest question of all. Will he ever fly again? News 5's Paul Lopez has our story.
1 year ago on Holy Thursday, Belize woke up to the unthinkable. A domestic Tropic Air flight hijacked mid-air. What should have been a brief trip from Corozal to San Pedro spiraled into a 100-minute nightmare as a knife-wielding American passenger, Akiniela Sawa Taylor, attacked those on board and demanded the plane be flown to the U.S. Disaster loomed. But at the controls, Captain Howell Grange held the line. His courage helped avert catastrophe, and a year later, the weight of that morning still follows him.
I got a lot of trouble to sleep. I still, I sleep at intervals, I sleep for 2-3 hours, get up for an hour, go back to sleep. Usually that's the routine. Then after 3-4 days, then I get a full night's sleep, after my body done tired. I guess I still have flashbacks now and then.
Taylor stabbed Grange during the hijacking, but he was able to keep the aircraft stable while bleeding and under threat. In the face of the chaos, Grange managed to circle Belizean airspace and keep Taylor calm, even pretending to follow the hijackers' demands by communicating with the tower in Spanish to create the illusion of a US-bound flight. Grange still has flashbacks 1 year later.
The time gets closer and the mind just flash back more, because, my air gone so fast and I still in a recovery, And this time I may think I done me up and running more, but I move around better. But like last time, I think I'm in a better place then, I guess I never anticipate the time about the therapy, mental and physical.
When the plane finally landed at the Philip Golson International Airport, the ordeal ended in seconds. Injured passenger Fitzgerald Brown, a licensed firearm holder, shot and killed Taylor, Captain Howell Grange and 2 other wounded passengers survived. In the days that followed, Belize rallied behind his pilot, hailing him as a hero, with his Westland Diver community giving him a homecoming to remember.
I surely appreciate life a lot more. I mean, you never know when it'll be your last day. And that surely could have been the last day. I mean, with the help of everybody on board, and everybody did their part, and then, we pulled through. We really did pull through everything. I appreciate everybody on board, honestly. I don't lie, Everybody did a small little part, but everybody, I had the whole weight on my back, but everybody did their part. That I can't take with that. I can't take this on my own.
But heroism, Green says, doesn't erase trauma. He says that some days he misses flying, and some days he relives the experience all over in his mind.
Surely I will not experience again for sure. I miss it sometimes, I don't lie, but sometimes I really don't miss it when I think about what happened, I put in on my head, I survived one, and I don't want to put myself in a situation again to survive another one.
Months after his release from the hospital, Grange continued therapy and rehabilitation, at one point traveling to Western New York to rebuild strength and mobility after the stabbing injuries. Even now, he says he's chosen grace over anger, finding a way to forgive the man who nearly ended his life.
A few months after, I decided to forgive him, I mean, you can't judge a man for the last few hours of his life or last few days. I mean, maybe he was a great father, great uncle, great husband. We never know. I mean, I have never looked into his background, and I don't think I ever will. But personally, I do forgive him. And that's the only way I could have moved forward in my life.
1 year later, the Holy Thursday hijacking remains one of Belize's most dramatic aviation events. But for Howell Grange, it is also the story of survival, fate, and a quiet determination to reclaim the life he had before. His courage remains a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Police have made an arrest in the murder of Valentine Palma, a case that puzzled Independence Village in the Stan Creek district last month. The killing happened sometime between March 14th and 15th, and tonight investigators say they've charged 29-year-old Zane Peter Pott, a Belizean laborer from Independence Village. Pott was formally arrested and charged with 1 count of murder on Wednesday, April 1st. The investigation continues as the community waits for justice in Palma's death. A police officer is behind bars tonight charged with incest. The 46-year-old constable was taken to the Belize City Magistrates Court this morning, where Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison read him a single indictable charge. Because of the nature of the offense, no plea was taken and bail was denied. The officer was remanded to the Belize Central Prison until May 28th, while his attorney prepares a high court bail application. Police say the charge stems from a report made on March 29th, when a 14-year-old girl accused her uncle, who is also a police officer, of sexually assaulting her at a Northside residence 2 days earlier. Investigators detained the officer, offered him a recorded interview, which he declined, and later charged him with incest at the conclusion of the investigation. Fear and frustration still ripple across Burgers Key tonight after a violent triple murder in San Pedro 2 weeks ago left Karim Espat, Oscar Mas, and Yerlin Alvarez dead. The brazenness of the attack has shaken residents and raised alarm as the island prepares for the busy Easter rush. But Belize Rural South Area Representative Andre Perez is urging calm. He says early indications point to targeted gang violence, not a threat to the island's tourism center. Perez also points to a swift police response and a visible increase in security as authorities work to reassure locals and visitors heading into the holiday weekend.
It's always a concern when we have these types of crimes, and in particular this is an extraordinary one where 3 people. Yes, there is always a concern, but look, we're not trying to shun away from it, but the investigation is showing that this is something that is really gang warfare. And certainly it's not permeating into where the central area where the tourism is. No, it's usually in those back areas that is happening. But I want to thank the police for that fast response and the arrests that they have made. Well, it just shows the police department are on top of things and that we are moving forward. Especially this morning, I was in a morning show speaking about security. So it's not only about the police doing their job in terms of the drug trafficking that is occurring across this whole country, especially the coast, you know. Coming to this Easter, the police will be in check here in Kikaka and San Pedro as well. And with other different things that happen, accidents, something, we have to be careful. So.
Authorities say the investigation is moving forward, and with extra police on the ground this Easter, officials are working to keep both residents and visitors feeling safe as the island moves past a deeply troubling moment. After the break, government and unions are back at the table, searching for common ground as plans to reshape Belize's public service spark concern, debate, and high-stakes negotiations.
Protect your motor, secure your property. Oh yeah, home protector insurance got you covered, you see. Covered, you see. From motor to property, and even marine. We'll keep you safe no matter where you've been. No matter where you've been, no matter where you've been. Get the peace of mind that only we can bring. Oh yeah. With our insurance, you will never fret or sing. Never fret or sing. We offer bonds and so much more. So much more. Home protector insurance, we got what you're looking for. What you're looking for. Secure your
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan, want it right now. Me want my Smart plan, want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Cause me want my Smart plan, want it right now. Smart, stay connected, stay happy.
What happens when you step off the edge?
Too late to back out now. He said I'm ready. No, I'm not.
And land somewhere unexpected. Sometimes it breaks you open. Wild fruit,
That is very bitter.
but sweet on the tongue. Where history calls out, and you answer with open arms. This isn't just a journey. It's across borders.
That was amazing!
Believe, a town called Freedom and Mars Production present an event you can't afford to miss.
It's the Belize Music World Festival, Saturday, April 25th, 2026.
At the spacious Marion Jones Stadium. This annual event is geared to give you the very best in music, food, and artistry.
The Belize Music World Festival.
Headlines with two of Reggae World's very best performers. The one and only Mr. Siggy himself.
Taurus Rap.
With the very first time in Belize, Reggae Prince of Reggae Royal Families,
Skip Marley.
with his band, and also Featuring on this momentous event is Pen Cayetano with his band and Jay Cass with his band. Yes, Belize, it's a full-on band show. Also backing up this show is DJ Jago, DJ Console, DJ Cad, DJ Smurf, and Clark, and Rossin Jaro. Firestarter Sound. It's all hosted by DJ Dollar. So mark the date and don't be late. April 25th. Gates open at 7 for showtime at 8 at the Marion Jones Stadium. Ticket prices are bleachers, $41. General admission, $61. VIP, $151. For Ultra Boost, $2,500. Also available. Cocktail tables for VIP area only. Sponsors are A Town Called Freedom, Mars Production, Menisco, Pelican, Travelers Liquor, BTV, Niche, Channel 5, Channel 7, Love FM, and Love TV, Web Radio and TV, and Cellular World.
A sudden wave of sick calls at the country's busiest western border continues to raise eyebrows and questions. 10 immigration officers called in sick over just 2 days, right at the start of the Easter rush when traffic at the border typically peaks. Immigration CEO Tania Santos says the timing is more than just unlucky. It's concerning. While she says the ministry must accept properly certified sick leave, officials are now closely examining whether this was coincidence or coordinated.
On Monday, if you recall, we had a total of 8 officers who were out sick. 2 of those had certified sick leave. And later that day and into Tuesday, a few others in that bunch provided certificates, sick leave certificates. And then on Tuesday, which is yesterday, we had 2 more officers calling in sick. I don't know the status of their sick leave, if it's certified or uncertified. That remains to be determined as yet. So we have a total then of 10 officers out on sick leave. I am not in a position to tell any individual or any officer that you're not sick. If you provide a certain medical certificate signed by a practicing medical practitioner, then I have to accept that. But if along the way, when we get further and deeper into our investigation, we maybe find ways or find proof or evidence that it was a staged sick out, then we take it from there. We see where it goes from there. Who's there at the western border, the Border Management Agency from the Ministry of Tourism and the Customs Department to see if there was any other mass sick out. Maybe there's something happening in the building that's getting people sick, and no, that's not the case. So it's rather curious that, yes, that we have this vast or en masse sick out at the Immigration Department at the peak season, one of the peak seasons, which is the Easter, when we know in particular the western border is one of the busiest ports this time of year.
As concerns grow over staffing at the western border, immigration officials say it's been all hands on deck behind the scenes. With several officers calling in sick, the Ministry of Immigration moved quickly, pulling staff from ports across the country from Punta Gorda to the Philip Golson International Airport to keep operations running during the Easter surge. Immigration CEO Tania Santos says every booth is staffed and open, even as travel volume spikes, and she's praising the officers who stepped up, putting vacations and personal time on hold to keep the border moving.
We have reached out to several different ports and port commanders and other immigration officers across the country. We have had to bring them in from as far as Punta Gorda. We have officers from Philip Golson International Airport, officers from Belpan, which isn't itself a port, but they have their own separate duties. So for now, and going into the holiday, I am confident and comfortable that we still do have a full complement of staff. All the booths are filled. You may see lines at arrivals, but that is because that is the capacity of the office. There are only 4 immigration booths, well, 5 if you consider one that's outside the building, 5 immigration booths, and they're all filled. So it's just the volume of persons that would be passing through, which would have been an issue whether or not these officers were there. And I want to express appreciation for the officers who have stepped up. It's foregoing for some of them their own vacation or their own time. It's also shorting the other ports.
Immigration officials say border operations remain steady for now, even as they monitor the unusual timing of those sick calls and work to keep traffic moving through the busy Easter period. While public officers wait for real change, government leaders and union representatives say the conversation is moving in the right direction. This week, the government's union consultation team sat down with members of the joint union negotiating team to push ahead with talks on modernizing the public service, focusing on how government can work smarter, spend better, and deliver improved services to Belizeans. From human resource reforms to revenue collection and cost-saving measures, both sides described the discussions as constructive, signaling a shared interest in fixing what works and confronting what doesn't. The fight over severance at Belize Electricity Limited is now a race against the clock. As we told you Tuesday night, the dispute follows a recent Caribbean Court of Justice ruling. And BEL says it's taking a hard look at every claim on the table. In a statement issued yesterday, the company announced a sweeping review of severance and pension claims from former employees, some reaching back decades. BEL insists it has followed the law all along, often exceeding what's required, and argues that where pension benefits already cover severance, additional payouts aren't owed. The utility says it's issuing responses case by case as that review continues. But for members of the Belize Energy Workers for Justice, that process feels painfully slow. One member told us the answers aren't coming fast enough, and for workers waiting on long-promised payments, patience is wearing thin.
Just want to be clear, this matter was formally raised. It was acknowledged. A response was promised. And now it has been delayed by over 2 months. But let me add to that, it's not just 2 months. It's from the time that ruling took place in November last year. BEL know of that ruling. And let me bring in here our sisters and brothers who are working in the company right now under the Belize Energy Workers Union. We cannot speak for them. We have an engaged talk with them. We get fundamentally that yes, we support they support our cause. And let me say from the union executive, that's the official response we got. But they need time to speak with their members. And they have some other priorities going on inside that they have to attend to. This right here is not the priority.
We also bring you one man's deeply personal story, one that puts a human face on the severance dispute. Former BEL employee Sean Nicholas says the company's failure to pay what he's owed has pushed his family into serious hardship. After decades of service, Nicholas tells us he's now medically unfit to work, having survived 3 strokes. And yet, the severance he says he relied on and earned still hasn't arrived.
I have done 31 plus years at the company. The hardship without the severance has put some problem on me. I suffered 3 strokes, and I am medically off from BEL. Not getting my severance put some pressure on me and my family. I am the breadwinner for my family, still a breadwinner of my family. I am begging, I understand we get a new CEO. Effective tomorrow, we have a new chairman of the board. I am asking these people to please get some consideration on myself and other employees. I sit around this table with pain and suffering. I'm begging you to do workers right.
The dispute is far from over, and as BEL's review continues, former workers say they're still waiting, not just for answers, but for the relief they believe they've owed. Coming up, artificial intelligence is stepping into Belize's courtrooms, and tonight, we look at how lawmakers are moving quickly to protect justice before technology gets ahead of the law.
Here are some interesting facts. Did you know the national ID is a unique number that connects your record across ministries? Trusted proof of identity. A tool to access public service faster. A gateway to digital government services. And a way to eliminate online fraud and identity theft.
The Belize National ID.
Hi, I'm Evan, and we're going to talk everything tourism today.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and we look forward to talking to BTIA today on some very important tourism topics.
Welcome to Belize Travel Beat, the pulse of Belizean tourism.
We have exciting news for you. RFNG Life Insurance is now officially in your town. Now, you can visit our office to pay your life insurance premiums or speak to our dedicated agent, Mayeli, about securing your future with the right coverage.
Hi, my name is Mayeli Hoy, your designated agent here at RFNG Life in the Kaya District. I'm here to help you explore your options, answer your questions, and find the perfect policy for you and your loved ones.
Whether you're looking for life insurance, critical illness coverage, or future saving plans, we've got you covered. Take the first step towards securing a stable and prosperous financial future for you and your family. RFNG Life Insurance, now in Cayo. Visit us today or call to schedule an appointment. Your future starts here.
Alright, you're all set. I'll swap out the water inlet valve and everything is running normally.
Amazing. So what will be the cost?
Oh, for you? There's no cost.
No cost? I'm flattered, but I'm actually married.
Oh no, nothing like that. It's actually part of our 1-year warranty policy.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Really?
No.
Belize's only full-service GE USA dealer. Full service, full warranty, full selection. GE Appliances. Good things for life. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Easy. Accessible.
safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
This is a Jack X200. This is a very recommendable vehicle. Storage capacity to the max, right? Fuel efficient, easy rider, AC not a play, the pump, comfortable, and it carry me to all my destination. I can count on Jack to take me and my packages where I need to go. I recommend it anytime. We're the best from the West.
Artificial intelligence is already changing how Belize lives, learns, and governs. But what happens when that same technology steps into the courtroom, where facts, fairness, and human judgment can't afford to fail? As AI tools become more powerful and more accessible, courts around the world are racing to keep up, weighing innovation against the risks of misinformation, ethical breaches, and data security. Belize is now part of that global conversation. Tonight, in our 5-point breakdown, News 5's Paul Lopez takes us inside the judiciary's response, showing how new safeguards aim to protect justice in an age where technology is moving faster than the law itself.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, is now a buzzword used across multiple sectors in Belize. In the National Assembly, policing, education, and the list goes on.
My estimates, not me, I couldn't estimate it, the AI had to do it. Straight, the AI do it, I couldn't know. I'm not afraid for telling, no.
In modernization, in embracing advanced technology.
How is it that we can have students use AI as a tool rather than a replacement?
The fact is that artificial intelligence is here to stay, and Belize must learn how to adapt. Courts want speed, but not at the expense of truth. Around the world, judges are turning to artificial intelligence to clear backlogs and move cases faster. UNESCO says countries like Argentina have boosted court productivity by up to 300% using AI tools. But the risks are real. UNESCO warns that AI can hallucinate, and that danger is no longer theoretical. In the UK, lawyers have already been caught submitting AI-generated legal arguments that cited cases that never existed. Those missteps are forcing countries like Belize to rethink their AI approach in the justice system. They're grappling with one critical question. How do you use powerful technology without letting it undermine justice? It's a fine line, one the courts cannot afford to cross.
Generally speaking, attorneys need to ensure that the information that is being used is verified. And that's because these large language models, which is a form of artificial intelligence that uses large data sets. Yes, it is trained on large data models, which is able to produce information quickly. So these large, these artificial intelligence tools often hallucinate, and they hallucinate a lot.
Attorney Hector Guerra is a managing partner at Marine Parade Chambers and has been following the integration of artificial intelligence in judicial practices.
We've seen in other jurisdictions attorneys being sanctioned because they fail to verify the material that is being generated by the AI tool, so that in certain instances it fabricates cases completely that do not exist.
months, Belize's senior courts have rolled out a new practice direction outlining how generative AI can be used ethically in legal proceedings. The 4-page document places strict limits on AI use in evidence, and anyone using AI must disclose that fact in court submissions.
This practice direction establishes clear ethical boundaries governing the use of AI in litigation, safeguarding the principles of accuracy, confidentiality, verification, and transparency, while acknowledging the legitimate use of AI as a support tool.
In doing so, Belize's judiciary joins the first wave of regional jurisdictions establishing formal standards for the use of AI. Beyond accuracy and verification, Guerra warned that confidentiality remains a key risk when AI is used in court proceedings.
We now have to be careful when utilizing artificial intelligence, because the minute you upload any data onto these models, it may mean that it is no longer confidential, and so you have to be careful. So there's a difference between what's called open-ended AI, which is open to everyone to see. Such persons can actually look at the data sets that train the models, and close-ended AI, which are basically models that keep information private.
Around the world, industries are racing to harness AI while trying to keep ethics front and center. As the technology grows more powerful, that balancing act will only get harder. But it's clear that Belize's judiciary isn't backing away from the digital future.
We have entered an era where technology is no longer optional. It is foundational. We cannot sit idly by as Luddites. Courts and legal systems globally have embraced digital transformation in an effort to complement and enhance the delivery of justice, but not meant to replace the human element.
Going forward, Belize's judiciary will need to modernize carefully, protecting human judgment while adopting new tools. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Still ahead, a political line is drawn in the north as area rep Florencio Marin Jr. is breaking ranks, leading a protest over what he calls a troubling attempt to grab public land.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try to keep my coffee warm for later.
What do you do now?
I'll try to think about what to eat.
You know, the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, the blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
Connection isn't something you switch on. It's something you build together.
Connected through culture.
Culture isn't preserved in silence.
It's kept alive through participation.
Connected through education.
Education doesn't always look like a classroom. Sometimes it looks like someone taking the time to teach and someone else choosing to learn.
Connected through sports.
Before the wins, before the applause, there's belonging. Here, young people learn more than how to play. They learn how to stand together.
Connected through community.
Community isn't a campaign, it's showing up. Not once, but every time it matters.
Connected through you.
Behind every connection is a person who cares. People who listen. People who stay. We don't just connect services, we connect you to your world.
Connected through every chapter.
Smart, bringing people together.
The banking system in Belize continues to advance, and with it, the way we access foreign currency is transforming. Whether you're a business paying suppliers abroad or an individual paying for tuition, medical bills, or vacation, approvals to access foreign currency are now easier and can be done at an authorized dealer, your domestic bank. The Central Bank of Belize has expanded the Exchange Control Authority of domestic banks. Now, Atlantic Bank, Belize Bank, Heritage Bank, and the National Bank can approve and sell foreign currency requests up to 100,000 Belize dollars per transaction, all without prior central bank approval. That means no need to visit the central bank for approvals that are under 100,000 Belize dollars, saving you time, reducing delays, and making the process simpler. And in the case of traveling, you can now get up to the equivalent of 20,000 Belize dollars in foreign currency cash directly from your bank. While the central bank allows these limits, always check with your bank first to confirm availability. For all transactions, simply submit the required documents to your domestic bank. To learn more, contact your domestic bank, scan the QR code, or visit centralbank.org.bz. The Central Bank of Belize, committed in service to the people of Belize.
Help on the water is about to get a whole lot closer. Today on Key Cocker, the Belize Coast Guard officially opened a new forward operating base, one that promises faster responses when every second counts. Sitting squarely between the mainland and Ambergris Key, the new base puts Coast Guard crews right where they're needed most. From search and rescue missions to maritime emergencies, officials say response times in northern waters will drop significantly. And it's not just about emergencies. The base also tightens security in a corridor vulnerable to drug trafficking and other illegal activity. The Coast Guard is strengthening its grip on Belize's northern seas. News 5's Shane Williams was in Key Cocker for the ribbon cutting and has our report.
Key Cocker is growing fast, not just as a tourist hotspot, but as a community. And with more people, more boats, and more activity come real concerns about safety. That's why village leaders decided to bring security closer to home. The Key Cocker Village Council partnered with the Belize Coast Guard, offering space inside its newly renovated community center for a permanent forward operating base. Chairlady Selene Villanueva Pat says the Coast Guard presence sends a clear message. Key Cocker is safer for residents, visitors, and investors alike.
I believe the entire community will feel more relieved and more sense of security, especially on the seas. We've been hearing, reports of pirating where fishermen have complained of people going into their waters, intimidating them. So I believe it provides an essential part of security for our community, specifically our fisher folks. I know when our tourists or visitors see this, they feel more at ease. So it definitely sends a good message.
Rear Admiral Gregory Soberanes, Commandant of the Belize Coast Guard, says the new base reinforces national security and gives the Coast Guard a stronger operational footprint near Key Cocker and other major investments.
This base is strategic in the sense that it will not only support the community of Key Cocker, but when you go even further south, you have significant investment on Key Chapel as well, and some of the other surrounding islands as it relates to the environment. So it's not only law enforcement, it's also the conservation efforts, it's also the illegal fishing. So this area of operation for us is key and critical in ensuring that we have good maritime stewardship and good maritime governance of the resources in this particular area.
Minister Florencio Marin Jr. says the base is part of a wider national effort to put more law enforcement eyes and resources along Belize's coastline.
This is part of our overall national security strategy to increase the presence of our security forces throughout the country. All right? And the Coast Guard does have some law enforcement capabilities, and working in collaboration with the police out here, they are able to protect our maritime waters and, if necessary, assist the police in their work here. And we're trying to expand as much strategically. Of course, we can't cover all the islands we have. So, finally, in working close collaboration with the area representative, Minister Perez, our chair lady, Ms. Villanueva Pot, we finally now have a nice working space.
The Belize Coast Guard is stationing 6 officers and a patrol vessel on Key Cocker around the clock, reinforcing security in one of Belize's fastest growing destinations. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
Belize stepped onto the global trade stage recently at the World Trade Organization's 14th Ministerial Conference in Cameroon, pushing its priorities in a tough and shifting trade environment. Led by Dr. Harold Young, Belize's WTO ambassador, the delegation worked closely with CARICOM and the wider ACP group, while holding side meetings with partners like Japan, the UAE, and several Caribbean neighbors to strengthen cooperation and expand market access. While the talks fell short of full agreement, Belize saw modest progress on fisheries subsidies and special treatment for developing countries. Major issues, especially agriculture, e-commerce, and WTO reform, remain unresolved for small economies. Belize pressed for fair, enforceable trade rules that support small and medium-sized businesses, calling them key to export growth and job creation. Officials say the conference gave Belize a vital platform to defend its interests, build alliances, and push for a more developed, focused global trading system, proof that even small states can shape big conversations. What started as whispers along the shoreline is now turning into a full-blown political flashpoint in the north. Allegations of a land grab in Sarteneja are stirring unease, and Corozal's southeast area representative Florencio Marin Jr. isn't brushing them aside. Instead of flatly denying the claims, Marin says he took the concerns seriously. So seriously that he stepped in, backing a public protest with the Sarteneja Alliance for Conservation and Development to draw a line against any attempt to quietly scoop up public beachfront land. While some of the suspicion has landed on fellow PUP colleague Ramiro Ramirez, Marin is careful not to play judge and jury. He admits he cannot say for sure that sea grabbing isn't happening, but he is clear on one thing. If private interests are encroaching on what belongs to the public, it won't go unchallenged. Tonight, he's speaking out not just to address the allegations, but to signal that Sarteneja's shoreline and the community's trust is not up for grabs.
We have been on top of that. I have been from long before speaking with Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Natural Resources. All right, and we never allowed any land to be, any documents to be given out to any private owner. No public lands I'm referring to, and I believe, as I mentioned yesterday, all right, public lands will remain public lands. I mean, I'm the one who spearheaded that cause to block any private acquisition of public lands. I mean, of course, we're always looking for land to give out to the community and all that. If you notice that throughout the country, we do need to provide more lands for people to have their housing and all that stuff. So, we have been on the top of it.
They accused your colleague Ramiro Ramirez in the grabbing of the grab. Is there sea grabbing? Is there any sea grabbing taking place the seafront? What's your response to this?
We will not allow any sea grabbing. No? So whenever it comes to our attention, we will address it. So that saying that that it has happened, I can't tell you for sure that it doesn't. But what I can tell you is that once we know, we address it.
The flames are gone, but the fair is very much alive tonight. A mother of 2 in Caledonia is picking up the pieces after a weekend fire destroyed her home. And she says it didn't come without warning. She tells News 5 the blaze followed days of threats from her ex-husband. Warnings, she says, she reported to police before the house went up in flames. Despite giving a statement, she claims he was later granted bail, leaving her feeling exposed, homeless, and afraid for her children's safety. Now moving from place to place and relying on the kindness of others, she's asking for basic help and raising serious questions about protection when threats turn real.
Él llegó a Buena Vista, pero después de eso él me mandó un video que él andaba tomando con
29-year-old Rahid Flowers was doing what he loved, playing music with the Belize Defense Force band. It was another day of service for the young soldier, surrounded by his bandmates and the work that defined him. By this morning, everything had changed. Flowers was dead, the victim of a fatal stabbing in Belize City. According to ACP Gilberto.
As she searches for somewhere safe to sleep tonight, this mother says her ordeal is a stark reminder that reporting threats isn't always enough. And she's now hoping help comes before tragedy strikes again. Up next, Easter travelers heading to Caye Caulker may be in for a messy surprise. Sargassum is piling up fast, just as the holiday rush gets underway.
Coming up tomorrow on a festive Easter edition of Open Your Eyes. First, cyclists from across the country gear up for the legendary Holy Saturday Cross Country Cycling Classic as the excitement builds for race day. Then, we head to the kitchen for a taste of Easter with Chef Ainsley, whipping up delicious fish and hot cross buns, perfect for the holiday. Plus, the little ones get creative as tiny hands make colorful Easter egg creations in a fun-filled craft segment. And don't miss out as A&R brings sweet Easter deals and is even giving away 2 Easter baskets and a pool to lucky viewers. It's festive, it's fun, and it's all happening on Open Your Eyes at 6:30 a.m. when you start your morning right.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
A time to reflect, revive, and renew. Your Belize City Council invites you to an unforgettable free 2-day Holy Week Revival concert. Backed by powerful demand, the return of award-winning songwriter and worship leader, Sinach. Live in concert, bringing healing, hope, and encouragement through worship. Join us Tuesday, March 31st, 2026 and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Digi Park on Newtown Barracks. And that's not all. Joining us for the first time is award-winning Christian reggae band Christafari. Also featuring powerful performances from our local gospel ministries and more. Do not miss worship, Centro Visión Misionero, Kings Park Church of the Nazarene Worship Team, live music from Life Church, Heavenlies, Wabagari Dance Group, and Alexander Evans on steel pan. Special thanks to all our partners whose support helps make this revival possible. So bring your entire family and experience this powerful 2-day Holy Week revival concert in Belize City. Tuesday, March 31st and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
In the heart of the Kayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Connection isn't something you switch on. It's something you build together.
Connected through culture.
Culture isn't preserved in silence. It's kept alive through participation.
Connected through education.
Education doesn't always look like a classroom. Sometimes it looks like someone taking the time to teach and someone else choosing to learn.
Connected through sports.
Before the win, before the applause, there's belonging. Here, young people learn more than how to play. They learn how to stand together.
Connected through community.
Community isn't a campaign, it's showing up. Not once, but every time it matters.
Connected through you.
Behind every connection is a person who cares. People who listen. People who stay. We don't just connect services, we connect you to your world.
Connected through every chapter.
Smart, bringing people together.
Many of you are probably packing your bags and making final preparations for the massive Easter exodus set to begin on Thursday afternoon, heading to your favorite coastal getaways. But instead of the picture-perfect beaches you're hoping for, you may be greeted by an unwelcoming sight. Sargassum has inundated several islands, including Caye Caulker, bringing with it not only an eyesore, but a strong odor that's difficult to ignore. News 5's Shane Williams reports.
It's one of the busiest travel weekends of the year as Belizeans flock to the Keys and coastal communities for Easter. But this year, nature is threatening to put a damper on those plans. Large mats of sargassum blanket the shores of Caye Caulker, raising concerns for both visitors and residents. Chairlady Selene Villanueva says the village council is working tirelessly to keep the beaches clean, but the volume of seaweed is proving overwhelming, especially with a key piece of equipment temporarily out of commission.
The sargassum, it's a little bit hard to deal with. We do have a beach raker. Unfortunately, we've had a part that's been corroded. We sent to get it fixed out in Spanish Lookout. So we're hoping that that is fixed by the end of the day. With those beach rakers, the amount of work and sargassum that it collects for the day cannot compare to the manpower.
And the timing couldn't be worse. Easter weekend is a major economic driver for the island. Mark Sherrington has been operating as a tour guide out of Key Cocker for the past 32 years. He has seen sargassum this bad before, but never this early in the season.
Been more aggressive than other years. Last year, late in the season, I'm like this, but this early now, not really see it like that. But this year, yeah, coming out, you see islands, so it's going to be bad.
For tour operators like Sherrington, the effects go beyond aesthetics and is already hurting business. The sargassum is disrupting marine life and making it harder to carry out daily tours.
I mean, they affect it in a lot of ways because then when we come out, we buy sardines for feed the sharks and stingrays, and a lot of the people who do catch the sardines kind of hard to find, because then they would be right under these and you can't really see it, and yeah, and then the stench when this thing dead, I mean, yeah, it causes a huge problem everywhere, I mean, it's been like this for couple of years now. Everybody cry about it, but hopefully we could do more and more and more, and this is progress.
Back at the council, efforts are ongoing to get the beach raker repaired in time to tackle the buildup before visitors arrive in full force.
So we're hoping to have it up and running before the end of the day to try and keep the island clean, but we've never seen it in this magnitude. I believe it's all across the country that's reporting the same thing. It's so unfortunate that it came so early, and I'm hoping that we could have cleaner beaches for this weekend.
Still, despite the challenge, there's a message for Belizeans planning their Easter escape. Come, enjoy, but be mindful.
Just stay out of the grass. Yeah, I get staying up, man, because a lot of times they're having small organisms like, these shrimp and that kind of stuff. So, just stay away from the grass and then enjoy yourself. I mean, yeah, Easter, happy Easter, Belize.
Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
As suitcases come out and ferry tickets sell fast, Belize's island hotspots are shifting into full holiday mode. On Key Cocker and San Pedro, local leaders say the countdown to Easter has been underway for weeks, not just for parties and beach time, but for safety and smooth sailing. From boosted police patrols to coordinated emergency response teams, officials insist they're ready for the holiday rush. Yes, sargassum remains part of the seasonal reality, but island authorities say it's not slowing them down. Their message to visitors is simple: come anyway. With security plans locked in, services on standby, and celebrations lining up, both islands say they're prepared to give Belizeans a safe, fun, and memorable Easter getaway.
Easter? We're ready. We're ready. By all means, we have to activate our different emergency plan. We've met with the police, we've spoken to the fire chief, we've spoken to the nurse, everybody. It has become so routine for us that we know when the middle of March comes around, there's different things that we need to touch base with, and it's definitely a plus to have the Coast Guard on board as well.
My message is from both San Pedro and Key Cocker. We are ready. We welcome everyone here. That everything's in place. We're having good weather. We have some rains, but we're struggling with the sargassum as always, but the communities are both ready, the restaurants. And in particularly, we're talking about Kong season is going to close on Tuesday. That was done in particular for the Easter. So come here with safe, very, very safe. That's important. And of course, the community welcomes you with open arms.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.